Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today I'm going to give you 3 versions of the Lost Indian. Now, Lost Indian is a pretty confusing title for a tune in that there are 2 completely different versions. There's an old-time version and a bluegrass version, and they've got nothing whatsoever to do with one another. And within the old-timey version there are also other tunes using the same title. So it's kind of a group title, and a lot of the tunes that use this title are in the same tuning, A, E, A, C sharp. And I'm going to give you, first of all, a version of this that you can play in normal tuning, and then I'm going to give you the detuned version, and I'll finish off with the bluegrass version. So, first of all, the version which you can play in the normal tuning. And you might ask, well, what's the point of this? It does, most of the tune actually does work okay in normal tuning, as I'll show you. So the 2 reasons why you might want to learn this in normal tuning are, firstly, if you want to get a feel for the tune before you go to the open tuning, because it's very difficult to read music on open tunings. So playing it like this does give you an idea of what the tune should sound like, although it'll confuse you even more when it comes to doing a different set of fingering. The other thing is, you might want to play this tune with your friends and they detune and you don't want to detune. So in that case you can play it in normal tuning with just a little bit of modification, as I'll explain. So play it nice and slowly. It sounds like this. So that's the basic tune. The more open string drones you can play, the better that will sound. When you get it up to speed, the very first 3 notes you'll find are really quite hard. So it's a first finger to an open string to a first finger. So that's not at all easy, and what I would suggest when you get it up to speed is replace the first note, the E, with a F sharp on the E string. So you'll be starting like that, and that will work perfectly well over it and no one will notice. So let's play it up to speed and with some backing. Now, for most of my playing career, I've avoided cross-tuning like the plague. For me, there's three parts to playing the fiddle. There's what you see as you're reading, there's what you hear, and there's what your fingers do. And all those three things should go together. And as soon as you're playing open tuning, it breaks that and makes things very confusing. But a lot of old-time fiddle players in particular do this all of the time, or most of the time, or at least some of the time. And as we'll see when I go to open tuning, a lot of tunes only really make sense when you are in these open tunings. So I'm going to switch fiddles, and this is my spare fiddle. It's a £300 fiddle with a £300 pickup, which is an interesting thing. So, starting from the bottom, the G goes up a tone to A, the D goes up a tone to E, the A stays where it is, and the E comes down to C sharp. So you've got, and this makes the fiddle very resonant. It starts to ring on its own, and pizzicato sounds really good. Bouncing bow sounds really good. And the opening phrase, which we found so difficult in normal tuning, now becomes open D, open A, and third finger. And what we've done here is to write it out as fingered, not as heard. So if you play this on a piano, it would make no sense. A lot of the notes would be wrong. So this only makes sense once you've got the fiddle tuned right. But to me, this is the only logical way that you can read cross-tuned fiddle. So going through that again, open string, third finger. Second part. And when you do, let the drones ring. Great. And when you play the C sharp note, then you get that very unexpected unison, and it's as if the fiddle is joining in on its own, unbidden. Final section. And when you get into this tuning, you can play this tune over and over and over, and with just slight rhythmic variation it becomes a thing of beauty, and you can kind of become addicted to it and just play on and on and on, which is so unlike a bluegrass approach to this kind of music. So I'm going to play it a couple of times round, and I'm going to play it without the backing because I think it actually works better without. And in Norway, when you're in this tuning, where they call it the devil's tuning, they say that people become possessed, and you have to run up and drag the fiddle from them. So I hope that won't happen, but we'll see. finish off with the bluegrass version, which I learnt from an Ian Walsh video, and he was copying Kenny Baker, and I suspect Kenny Baker got it off Clark Kessinger, who I think possibly did this first. And we have to swap fiddles again, because bluegrass fiddlers hardly, if ever, use cross tuning. So this is in the key of D, and as I said, it bears no resemblance to the other tune. So, starting nice and slow. The last line, this line, goes into third position with your fourth finger, and if you're not happy with the third position, you can either play just that one bar down an octave with your third finger, or you could play the whole of the previous line and not do that line at all, and that would work just as well. I'll play you out with this version up to speed with the backing, and if you'd like a copy of all of the dots for these different versions, then do subscribe and send me an email, and I'll be happy to send you a copy, and I'll see you again soon.